So we're here at the Dutch TT Assen in the LCR Honda hospitality with Lauren Vickers. Hi Lauren.
Hi, how are you?
Lauren is the spokesmodel, stroke umbrella girl for the LCR Honda team, and we're going to take a little walk and Lauren's going to tell me a bit about what she does. Let's go, Lauren.
Fantastic.
So Lauren, you've got what is a lot of girls' dream job. Tell us how you got into this.
Well, I actually rode motorbikes back in Australia, and I was always a big MotoGP fan. We used to go every year to Phillip Island. And then I started working for them. It was actually when Andrea Dovizioso was with JIR Scott 2 years ago. I worked at my first Phillip Island MotoGP then as their umbrella girl. And because I spoke Italian, I made some friends within the paddock and made some contacts. And then I was travelling all of last year with 2 girlfriends, and so I worked in the places that I could where there were MotoGPs close to where I was. And then I met the team while I was travelling last year, and they asked if maybe I'd like to work with them for the whole year. So I thought, oh, this could be a good deal. So I set up a contract, and I'm working with them for all the races this year.
So it's interesting that you said that you used to race bikes, because I think, you know, a lot of, well, I would assume a lot of the girls here wouldn't have that experience. So it gives you that extra bit of knowledge with the team, doesn't it?
It does, because I'm actually really interested in the racing, and I've followed a lot of these guys for many years as a fan as well, and I've done a few track days and stuff myself. I never race professionally, I'm not that fast, but I really enjoy racing very thoroughly, and so I've watched these guys for many years, and to now be working with them is really quite cool for me.
And do you get any opportunities to keep racing now, or is it just too busy coming away?
Well, I need to buy another bike. I'm not sure yet. I really hope that I can do a few track days here and there, because there are some really beautiful tracks all around the circuits that we go to, and living in Spain now, there's so many beautiful tracks there, so I'd really like to have a go.
Can you not ask Lucio to get you a bike?
We'll see, I'll try my very best and we'll see what he can do for me. He knows that I want one though, so we'll try a little bit harder next time.
So we usually see you girls walking around the paddock and on pit lane as well, but just tell us a little bit about what your job entails on a race weekend.
On a race weekend we have a lot of guests that come in, our sponsors, hospitality clients, so we come in and we take care of them. We do paddock tours with them, bring them into the garage, tell them all about the bike, really just make sure that they have a great time and want to continue to work with us, because we're a private team. Our sponsors are incredibly important to us, not having the factory bike. So we tend to do a lot with them. Sometimes I do a few photo shoots for our sponsors, and with the new uniforms and everything like that. I designed all the uniforms for this year for myself because I got sick of red hot pants, so I decided to make something more race themed and bring it back to the original idea of racing, because Lucio, our boss, is very involved in the industry. And then also we do our great times out with the fans, but sometimes we go out into the crowd, into the general admission areas, and just have a little fun with the crowd, because they don't often get to see the Greek girls up close. We're not usually allowed out of sort of the paddock area, so it's really fun to go and do that.
So you seem to have quite a good relationship within the team. You really are a part of the team.
Yeah, they've been very welcoming to me. I really enjoy working with them. Because I do have a lot of experience in this field. I've worked with racing for a number of years in Australia as well, and because of my interest in it, and I have a big background in modelling, so I tend to know what works and what doesn't, and they sort of trust me with that. I've proven myself to them that I really enjoy my work and I'm completely passionate about it. That's why I have the contract for the whole year, because I have more of a vested interest in the company rather than just turning up for 8 hours and then going home. So I get a lot of play with that, and Lucio is really good about taking on new ideas, and I really enjoy working with the team. They're really open-minded.
And you said that you speak Italian, so what language do you speak in the team environment?
Well, we tend to speak a bit of a mix here and there, because our team is very international. We've got me, the Aussie, a Kiwi, a few Spaniards, a lot of Italians, Belgian crew chief, French rider, so it's a big mix, but mostly I speak to them in Italian and English, and then Randy's helping me with my French because it's not very good, and then the Spanish guys are helping me with my Spanish as well, because I've got to learn it living in Barcelona. So we're getting there. Sometimes I get mixed up and speak a mixture and doesn't make any sense to anyone. But
I think it's like that in the whole paddock. I mean, people speak. There's so many languages going on in the paddock anyway. It's not just within your team, but within every team. I think it's like that.
You tend to greet people in the paddock. You're not really sure where they're from, so you tend to greet them in 5 different languages before they respond in one.
I usually go with ciao.
Yeah,
it's
ciao
the safest way.
In French and Spanish as well, so that's usually pretty safe.
So when you're on the grid, when the riders are lining up for the race and you're standing there next to Randy, what do you feel? Do you feel any tension coming off him, any nervousness?
Well, not so much rooting, but the whole paddock is alive with a big atmosphere. It's so much fun out there. The crowd's going crazy on the sidelines. It's really a blast to be out there, and all the riders sort of have their race face on. They're all cool and calm and collected. But I really love it out there. You just got to make sure that you don't end up hogging the whole umbrella and the poor rider's sitting out in leathers in the sun. So, and sometimes it's a little bit cold. In Silverstone when I had the bunny suit, had to make sure my ears weren't going to blow away. But other than that, it's just really fun being out there with the crowd. All the fans love it. So.
And would you say what are the best and the worst points of the job? I guess the worst is when it's cold and you're in cold places.
Either when it's cold or it's really hot and all the sweaty people come up and put their arms around you. It's also, you live the life of a gypsy. You're travelling with a race team. You're not home for very long, and it can be a little bit tricky, but you know, the pros far outweigh the cons. I really have a great time doing what I'm doing. I love my work, and you get to meet so many people and connect with so many people. It's great to be in that spotlight as well. It gives you a bit of a rush.
And what is that like? Because I think just in the time we've been walking doing this interview, we've had quite a few guys stopping on scooters